What's up, riders? Old Man Ronin here. Welcome back to the channel. We're in the shop again today because we're not sure if the 2012 Iron 883 will start. Why do we think so? Well, it hasn't been ridden, in like 2 months. It happens to be my wife's bike, and she's been working so much, like 60 plus hours a week, and really hasn't had a chance to ride. When she does ride, she just likes to jump on the back of the Road King with me, and then with little M's rides along with us. But you know, as it is right now, we're not sure. It hasn't been started, like I say, in 2 months, and we want to make sure that everything's in good working order if it does start. So in case she does want to pop on the bike and go for a quick little ride, everything's copacetic. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick little TCLOCS. So I'm going to roll her out of the garage, put her on the front pad out there, and do a TCLOCS, and I hope you enjoy this little montage I put together for you. It'll be fun.
Now oil, we'll wait till after we get gas and check it then, after she's up to normal operating temperature. Now of course I mentioned earlier, the oil we won't check until we get to it up to operating temperature, and that'll be down the road here a little bit. Probably won't show you in the video because we got a lot of cool stuff to talk about. Will it start? Let's see. Yeah, it started. Obviously she started as we're running down the road right now. Hey, something came up. Put in the comments if you think I sound any better, because my Biltwell smaller cheek pads came in and I installed them, and it feels a lot better on my side of my head. I went to a 15 millimeter as opposed to the 24, and I think a lot of the squeezing is done. That's one thing cool about Biltwell is they do, in the lane splitter helmet, they do offer you different sizes of cheek pads, because the crown of my bald ass head takes a little bit different size than if I had a full head of hair, and then the cheek size when they come standard is for the really a smaller size head, and so that way I have to customize, because my little dome on top is a little bit smaller than the side of my fat cheeks. But Biltwell's got her covered, baby. Like I said, I went to a 15 millimeter, which made it a lot easier, I think. Well, we're out on Raven today. My wife's Iron 883. I think all she's got is a few miles on this year. This tank has about 20 miles right now. So well, obviously we're not going to get gas, but I will check the oil when I get back to the house. I'm not going to ride that far. I just want to put a few miles on it. It's always good to run your bikes. That way you make sure everything works right. When I was a kid, I was blessed by working on a lot of cars and motorcycles at a very young age. In fact, at 17 to 22, I rebuilt a 1937 flathead Ford, a V8, and it ran fantastic. Like I mentioned in an earlier video, as a child, meaning from the age of about 16 to 17, I worked part-time in a Chevy dealership, and I was able to pick up a lot of information on how to work on vehicles from the real mechanics. I was basically an oil change and wash boy, but they did let me do tune-ups and things of that nature, and stand around and get an idea of what was going on with the some of the other mechanical opportunities out there, if you know what I mean. And so that helped me in my life of motorcycles and cars, able to do most of the work myself. And then I've been able to have, as the years progressed, to learn as much as I possibly can about Harley-Davidson and other motorcycles like Triumph, Norton, Suzuki, Honda, a few of those bikes I've had, and been able to tear them apart. Now, I never had to rebuild any of the metrics, fortunately. But the Harleys I've rebuilt several different engines, popped them up and hopped them up, like you've seen in some of the other videos. My 2001 Road King is a total monster now. It's a stage 4. I built it from a 88 all the way up to a, well, it's over a 92, but we don't talk about that. But what we're going to talk about today is, and I got a lot of responses on the Royal Enfield Himalayan. A lot of people really enjoy that bike, and they wonder, well, why didn't I wait for the Pan American? Well, we've talked about that in the video too. I'm not a rich person, and I keep saying that because, you know, and I hope people don't get tired of me hearing it, but I'm just an average Joe like you are. I just happen to find really good deals and then able to work on bikes myself. But as far as everything else, yeah, I run a few bikes. I sell what I don't want or get tired of and things of that nature, and buy a new project and then rebuild it. But like I was mentioning, in my project bike for this winter is the Royal Enfield Himalayan. And the reason why is because of my desire to do the Transamerica Trail. Now, there's part of me that's disappointed and part of me that's not. The disappointed part is I really wanted to do a Sportster, an 883, much like this one here I'm riding, and turning into an ADV bike. But the more I thought about it, the amount of money that I was going to have to spend to do it basically made it cost prohibitive for this year. However, the Himalayan, which I got, is almost there. So, I mean, it's got some stuff I need to do to it as well, too, to make it roadworthy for a 5,000 mile off-road trip, which I'm going to do here next year. So there's things I have to do to it yet, but that's going to be then. And right now we're riding the 883 Raven, which is perfect for this bike. It's totally blacked out, and if you're interested, I didn't really do a review on it, and I don't like to do reviews. I'll do impressions. I will do reviews on products, but not motorcycles, because, for example, I have only ridden this bike maybe 150, 200 miles. This is her bike. I don't ride it that often. I just know that when she's busy, like she is right now with her job, that she's literally working 60 hours a week, if not more. And God bless her, she actually helped me this weekend on Saturday with one of my jobs that I had to do. And if you don't know, I have a food truck. I'm a chef. And in my later years, don't work in restaurants anymore. I decided to do a food truck. And in that food truck, I was super busy on Saturday at a winery up in northeast Ohio called Dalton Union Winery. It's outside of Marysville, Ohio, which is on the northwest side of Columbus. And it's a heck of a poke for us to get there. It's over an hour and a half for us to take the truck up there, but it's well worth it, and I needed the help, and I got the help. So, with that said, I'm going to ride her bike around a little bit, get it up to temperature, make sure everything's copacetic, check all the pressures, tires, oils, everything like that, and talk to you folks a little bit about what we're doing here today and this week. It's going to be exciting. Like I said, I almost really want to start doing the build for the Royal Himalayan right now, because that's who I am. I want to start doing things as soon as possible, but I'm going to force myself to wait to make it the Royal Himalayan build, or the Durga build 2021, and to get ready for next July and August when I take the 5,000 mile Transamerica Trail trip. Actually, it'll be a lot more than that. It'll be over 10,000 miles, because I got to ride to North Carolina, go out to Cape Hatteras, dip my foot in the ocean, and then start the Transamerica Trail all the way to the Oregon dunes over in the Pacific coast. And I'm super excited about it. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime trip, and if I was 30 it would not be, but since I'm over 60 it will be. I've never done it. I'm excited about it. Like I said, it's the main reason I got that bike, is to do that. My next project after that will be building a chopper, and that'll be in 2022. I can only do one thing a year, but the rest of this year, if money permits, I'll be upgrading and working on some of my other bikes as well too. One of the things I really want to do to the Deluxe is change the exhaust for sure. I've got some Vance Hines long shots on it right now, and they sound beautiful and they run beautiful. However, I want to change the look to them and put Samson fishtails on it, but that takes money. So we're going to wait probably till the late fall to start that. Some of the other things I want to do is I also want to do a total rebuild on the Deluxe as well too, and of course that takes money. That may be intermittent, but in the meantime we'll work on the 1200C, and we'll work on the Road King. There's a few upgrades I want to do on the Road King as well too, and make it a more fun bike, if you know what I mean, because it's already a screamer, but I want to make it a little bit more comfortable for me. I want to change some things on it as far as to give me more touring capability. I mean, I ride that bike the most of any of them. It's my workhorse, and I go everywhere. Building something. That looks like you're building a pond. You know, I had a pond when I lived up in Northeast Ohio and loved it, and that's one thing I do miss at our new place down here in East Central Ohio, is not having a pond. But things change and things may come, you never know. But I do have a great place with lots of wildlife. I'm getting a squirrel moment there, and I know little Ronin in the corner is going to probably say, yeah, squirrel moment. But or rambling, yeah, you think? But one of the things I want to do to the Road King in particular is I do want to change the exhaust on it as well too. I also, you know, basically all three bikes that I've got besides the Himalayan, well, even that one, I want to change the exhaust on all of them. Nothing wrong with the short shots or the long shots, but I want to do a 2-in-1 on the Sportster and a 2-in-1 on the Road King. The Deluxe, we're going to keep that a true dual, but I want to go to a Samson to give it that more cholo look. I love that look. It's really old school, it's really blingy, and it's really flashy, and I love that. The Himalayan, I'll put another exhaust on down the road too, but it'll be more for performance oriented, and since it's a single cylinder, you know, it is what it is. There's limited opportunities for it because they're not that prevalent in America yet. Now, the last video I did on the Himalayan, I said, what bike do you think I would buy if I had unlimited resources from Harley-Davidson and I was able to buy any bike in their lineup? And I asked for recommendations, and I got a couple that were emailed to me at olmanronin@gmail.com, and I'll put the email address below. So in case you want to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me that way. But I had a few requests from folks that were wondering, they got it off my Instagram page, what model of Harley I would have bought. And so here's the unveil. 2020 or 21 Sport Glide. I test rode one of those last year, and when they first came, not when they first came out, but when middle of last summer, and man, I fell in love with the way that thing handled. If I had the money, I would have a Sport Glide. Now, what would I do with it? I think the first thing I would do with it is get a hold of Russ Weimer Design and put one of the old FXR style fairings on the front, because that would make it look like the old FXR-P T or the FXR-T Touring Edition or the Police Edition. Those things I thought were one of the prettiest Harleys that they ever built back in the day. And so that's what I would do. I would put a Russ Weimer Design FXR style fairing, and it would look exactly like, and I'll put the link below, it would look exactly like Laidlaw's Coast Glide, which is another motorcycle that I fell in love with. And if I lived in California and had unlimited resources, I would definitely go there and buy the Coast Glide. And again, like I said, I'll put a link in the description of checking out their video. One of the things I like to do on this channel is I'll promote other people that I find very, very informative. Like for the off-road bikes, the Himalayans and stuff of that nature, Itchy Boots and KARMAkaze, those two guys are fantastic. Actually, that guy and that girl are fantastic. They do such a good job highlighting the Himalayans. And like I say, KARMAkaze rode all the way from Seattle, Washington to his home outside of Anchorage, Alaska. And I think he's in the middle of a trip right now from Anchorage to the Bering Sea. or the Arctic Ocean, not the Bering Sea. He's already beside that, but to the Arctic Ocean up there at the Arctic Circle, the North Coast, and that'll be cool when that comes out. You can follow him on the link below as well too in the description. Another guy, obviously you've heard me talk about, is Shadetree Surgeon. I think his videos are fantastic as well too. I think they do a really, really good job. Oh, got a detour here. They do a really, really good job on his sites. His Brapstar Garage is awesome. Another guy I'll help promote is Flipnaw. Flipnaw is Shadetree's BFF, and they kind of go hand in hand. Like they are the modern Abbott Costello. How's that? Don't hate me, Shadetree, for saying that, but yeah, they are. You've got except I think Flip would be more of the Costello, and Shade would be more of the Abbott. But it's regardless, those guys are fun when they're together, and they look like they have a blast down there and outside of Ybor City in Tampa area. It looks like they have fun, and that's what it's all about, right? Riding motorcycles, building motorcycles, working on your own stuff, having a good time, and just doing some general safe and perspective-oriented mayhem. And that's what I like to do. The same thing. Well, I really do hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, we're riding on the new road. If you did, make sure you give us a great thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell notification. Comment. Share. I read all the comments. I comment on the comments. As of this morning, we had 92 subscribers. We need to get to that next one, baby, which is 100. And when we hit 100, then we're able to put our own address on the YouTube. So it'll be, instead of youtube.com, blah, 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 it'll be youtube.com/Ol Man Ronin. So help me get there. I've only got 8 more to go. So until next time, ride safe and keep her on 2 wheels, baby.